It's mean, it's mind-fucking.
I like pushing people over.
Women shouldn't be violent or hit. They should be carrying beautiful women, fragile things.
Soul crushing is a big deal. If you get in their head, they're done.
T is the first initial of my real name, so, and then Rex is, I spell it W-R-E-C-K-S, because I wreck bitches. I think the biggest misconception now is that roller derby now is like roller derby back in the 70s. It's not theatrical so much anymore. It's super athletic.
How about a hug? How about an elbow to the head? How about a split you in two?
It is, in fact, it was a sport invented by girls. I mean, they took it out of the dark ages where it was bank track and it was mostly professional wrestling, sort of exhibition style.
And with these intense emotions and hair-raising action, who could ask for more?
We don't get to throw punches, I kind of wish we could sometimes.
Even a couple years ago, there was a lot more outfits and it was a lot more makeup and fun. And now it's starting to be, people are like toning down their names, so it can be a little bit family friendly. People are skating under their real names.
When I first started, it was like, again, the fishnets and skirts and playing it up. There are leagues or teams that still are like that, but there are more uniforms and it's just getting more competitive and professional now than back then.
Being candid with someone, they say, what do you do in roller derby? I say, turn left and hit bitches, because that's really what you do.
I tell people there's 4 blockers from each team in a pack. A little bit further back, there's 1 jammer from each team. So they're the ones with the star in their helmet. And what happens is the pack has to skate around the track, and the jammers race to get points. So for each person they pass of the other team, they get a point.
So it's sort of like hockey, sort of like NASCAR.
So for example, me as a blocker, I am going to try to knock that other jammer over and make sure mine has a hold to get its way through.
In a nutshell, there's more to it, but you said very briefly, so that's as brief as it gets. I have a different persona off the track.
Every girl has a different story, and it's just so much fun, everyone coming together.
In my professional life, I am a manager in a long-term care facility.
I'm a massage therapist.
I clean houses.
I'm an esthetician and a makeup artist.
I don't have time for a lot. I'm a single mom as well too, so I have my kids, I work, I do derby.
I am the most senior member in the 4 City Derby Girls.
One of the toughest girls on the Thames by Child. Is that true?
Oh, absolutely.
I've been playing for 10 years.
And I'm also in an axe throwing league. Really girly. I bake a lot too.
It was kind of like having a secret life that is all of the parts of society that you're not really supposed to like the short skirts and the violence and the red lipstick and the bad names. And
it is actually based on Wesley Crusher from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
A lot of people have different forms of roller derby tradition. Like some people wear very specific socks.
I have a crotch unicorn I like to wear. We call it the crotchicorn. There's a dirtier name for it, but...
In derby, the girls who make themselves that's part of their derby alter ego. In other sports, like professional football, for example, you see the guys with their face paint on and their mouth guards with fangs on them and stuff like that. That's part of their player persona.
Yeah. Sometimes I have skirts I flash people too.
Another misconception is that we're all lesbians, which is not incorrect.
Like, you go to Montreal, I swear to God, they walked into a gay bar and they're like, you're all on the team.
Just like, we do play with lesbians and whatever.
Roller derby didn't make you gay. You've always been gay. You just now are around a group of people that are letting you be yourself.
We are butchy and rough around the edges and dude, I'm all those things, so frankly, it doesn't matter. You are who you are, you need to own it, and that's what roller derby does for people.
They just assume because it's an aggressive sport.
Bad love song, satellite radio.
I played competitive hockey for 20 years, and I used to get a lot of penalties. So I figured roller derby was the next best thing, because I'm allowed to hit people. You get kicked out of the game after 7 penalties, and I average 6 penalties a game. One time I got 9.
I've only ever seen a girl throw a punch once in this sport. We went in for the captain's meeting, and the referee was like, yeah, so we don't really condone fighting, but if it happens, you know, we just let it go for a couple minutes. And I left the meeting and I went back to the team and they're like, okay, so what's, and I'm like, I think they want us to get in fights. And they're like, what?
I actually, a couple days ago, I had a huge wipeout on this track here, and I've got a pretty gnarly bruise on my leg.
I had 2 surgeries back to back almost with my knee, but with the potential of issues anytime with it.
You know, like on the track, yeah, you go for blood, but once the game is over, it's, you know, your family again.
My family thinks it's funny, you know? A lot of my feminist friends think it's really funny, you know? But what's more progressive and feminist than letting men play a sport invented by women? That seems pretty progressive. So I'm all for it, rah, rah.
The way the dudes play is not even comparable to the women.
The women's game is definitely more tactical. We try to make plays, but it falls apart so quickly.
I was really worried that they were kind of gonna steal our sport. The dudes had an interview for CBC, like within months of them. They hadn't even played a game yet. And he was like, well, you know, I'll do the interview. He said, but you have to interview the girls too. And the guy from CBC was like, well, I'm not really interested in them. And he's like, well, I'm sorry, I can't do that. They're the reason why we're here, and we kind of owe them that. They've been around for 8 years, and you guys have never once wanted to interview them.
We've got a lot of really strong girls.
That's the whole community. Like, even though they're the dudes and they're their own thing, we all train together. We all care about each other. So they just didn't want to see us get fucked over, right?
It is a fringe sport. You know, it's where it is now. So it attracts fringe people, but those are the best kind of people. So.
Because London is very conservative, it's a hard sell.
Even the Western Fairground letting us practice here this year is huge. Before, we've always been out in a barn in the middle of nowhere, so the fact that we're practicing here where we're playing, we're drawing in more people, they're advertising for us, I definitely think we are growing. I think we are getting more attention and people are realizing, hey, this is a real sport. It's not just some silly little game where girls hit each other.
You don't have to know what's going on, but you can see that there's physical prowess going on. There's awesome things. You don't need to know what exactly it was that was awesome, but when you see an amazing feat of athleticism, you're just like, holy shit, that girl just flew, and that other girl just got back up, and that's amazing.
Not all of us come from a sporting background. Some have never done a sport in their life, but Derby unites us.
The people you meet are amazing. You really do have people from all walks of life. Anyone can do roller derby.
I mean, that's probably the best part of roller derby is the friendships and the family that you make.
I consider them my family. I don't know if it's a mutual feeling. I can't speak on behalf of everyone.
I'm not athletic. I'm sort of shy. I don't really go to things that I'm not comfortable with or know people, so it was a big step for me to even come.
I think, especially now, too much emphasis is placed on young girls to be, you know, princessy, perfect hair, slim bodies, and that's not what Derby's about. I think it's a great way to show our kids, the young girls, that they can be anything.
But hitting bitches is good too.
I think I actually had a friend that they saw the movie Whip It. They're like, hey, you have to check this out. You're going to love it.
I hate it. I hate that movie.